Hey, buddy. Um, Tonight I had the honor, the pleasure to seeing an intimate screening of an independent film called PH-1. It's going to premiere this Friday on City Walk and next week in New York before it hits all streaming platforms next month. And I saw a Q&A with the writer director. Be able to hear a conversation with them about the making of the movie and the process of it and everything, which made me appreciate the movie a little bit more. But I am going to review this movie the honest best way I can. So let's get into it. So PH1, as in Penthouse One, it's a thriller. It's not necessarily a psychological thriller. It is a political thriller. It's about a senator that's being held hostage in his penthouse by a person that wants him to be honest. Because we all know politicians lie, right? And politicians do things, and they're not honest and truthful. And you have this vigilante that decided to take matters on his own hands and hold the senator hostage until the senator is honest about everything that he's done and the damage that he's caused and the hurt that he's caused. As a movie, as a standalone whole movie, this movie is a solid 6. Now, as far as like what the writer director is trying to say and the message that he's getting out, definitely a 9. Like I understood it and I get it. It's just the writing aspect kind of fell for me. Because listen to the writer talk about the making process of this film. He wrote this movie as a single shot, as a single take. And filming it, he realized, oh yeah, I can't do this. But we did do longer takes, and then we did some cuts, which it makes sense. And as far as the camera movement, camera angles, lighting, like even the directing was on par. Like it was on point. I thought the camera was dancing, which is great. You know, Fred Astaire said it best: either I dance and the camera stands still, or the camera dance and I stand still. You cannot do both. In this movie, the camera was dancing while you can see the tension building in the politician and the senator, because you know he's being held captive and his family's in danger, and the person that's holding him captive wants him to answer these hard questions, you know. And you can feel it, especially with the camera movements between, you know, room to room and to build tension. And he used jazz music to build tension too, which I thought was great. It adds a very classy vibe behind it. So that's all the good things about this movie, right? Visually, it was great, and kept me on the edge of my seat. I get it. It was the overall storytelling fell short for me because I'm sure he wrote it and intended to be a single take. There really wasn't time for character development. Watching this movie, I did not know who to root for, because the senator, you know, which is, we're following him, so he's our hero, but yet, you know, he's the bad guy, right? And you're supposed to root for the person that's putting him through this. But when you're looking at the senator and the way he operates and moves, he's not a bad guy. And I didn't get that sense of, oh man, this is a bad guy. I get the sense of he was stuck between a rock and a hard place. He was playing politics, and it just so happened that he's in the process of playing politics, he kind of was relaxed on certain things that was important to people, and someone died, which is it's tragic in itself. And the politician, the senator, was saying like, look, I had to let some things go. I had to pay some people off in order to get this bill passed that is good for many people. And he's like, I'm sorry that, within this process of how the political game works, a ball was dropped and somebody got killed. But me personally, this isn't in the movie, but me personally, I was thinking of Star Trek. You know what I mean? The it's the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and it's tragic that somebody did die, but at the same time, the politician was really wanting this bill to pass that would help millions of people, but he had to play politics in order for that to happen. I kind of understood that, and they're trying to make it seem like the politician's a bad guy, but it's like he's not. They try to pull up some scandals, and he's like I want all the smoke. You know what I mean? Pull up the receipts. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And it proved that he didn't do these things, but they were still trying to drag him through the mud. And then you have the person that's holding him hostage. It's like, okay, he's dealing with some trauma. He's dealing with some things that because of the lack of what the politician did, causes him to get hurt. But it's like, what you're doing, how you're going about it, the punishment doesn't fit the crime. Yeah, somebody died, and I get that, and you want revenge, but you're threatening the lives of him, his family, and everybody around him and their families. You know what I mean? He's not threatening just him. He's putting the guards, threatening them, threatening his workers, threatening the people that work around him. It's just way too much. And they did not explain how the bad guy got a hold of everybody. They don't explain how powerful he is to influence that many people. How did he figure out the technology to hack into his building, to hack into his phone, to hack into his files, his work files, to release secret files that was hidden? How did the bad guy get all of this? How did the bad guy able to blackmail? They don't explain any of that. Where did the guy come from? They didn't explain any of that. And it had a small little twist ending, but that twist ending, it's like no one won. The person that was holding him hostage, he didn't get what he really wanted. The person that was the politician, he really didn't get what he didn't. I'm trying not to give any spoilers away, but he didn't do what the bad guy wanted him to do. You know what I mean? Basically he got away with it, but yet he still lost at the end of the movie. So both of them lost. I didn't know who to root for. And even the moderator in the Q&A said the same thing. We didn't know who to root for. And the director was like, well, that's what we want, because these are real people, right? And each person does have the duality of good and bad. And he wanted to make this as real, as he could, and still be entertaining. And it does make sense. Me personally, I don't go to movies to watch realness, if that makes sense. I live in the real world. I want to see fantasy. I want to see the bad guys get their up and comings. I want to see good guys win. Even if it's a twist ending where the good guy loses, let it be cool. You know what I mean? Let it be compelling. Let it be oh man. Don't let it be that was it? You just end it? And that's how I felt with this movie. I felt like it just ended. It didn't really, it just wasn't satisfying, because no one won. They both lost. And the message that they were trying to, and even the symbolisms with the cards, they had not each clip, but a lot of scenes, even in the background, they had a house of cards that was collapsing. And that's some symbolism about he himself built this house of cards, politically in his career, and it's collapsing. And a lot of that metaphor was being displayed throughout the film. But that's how I left it. That's how I left it, and because of that, I'm giving it a 6, because it's not a bad film. It just wasn't completed. It just, I don't want to use the word it wasn't polished. It's a good rough draft of a script. You know, it's like this the third draft, and it needs to at least to be, you know, like 50, 60 drafts. But this is the 10th draft, and it was good, but it's just not completed. And so because of that, I'm giving this movie a 6 out of 10.